The other night I was watching Top Chef with my wife, and on there they have all the kind of like the celebrity chefs that are the host and the judges. And then they have the chefs kind of trying out with the competition, trying to win. And on there you see them using their knives and sharpening their knives, and it always looks so like clean and professional what they're doing, and also a little complicated. And I think a lot of people feel that way with knife sharpening, especially your kitchen knives, because people have these fancy German knives or Japanese knives, and they don't really know what to do with them. And I felt that way before we got Wusthof knives for our wedding like 10 years ago. And up until a couple years ago, we had never sharpened them, and they were just getting pretty dull. But I wanted to share something about one of our products. It's the SharpWorx Master, and there's 5 things about that I really appreciate that I think are helpful in getting your knives sharpened. So a feature on the sharpener, this is the SharpWorx Master. It's a guided freehand sharpener, and so what that means is you sharpen like a professional chef would in a freehand motion, but it's also guided. So if you are an amateur, like home cook, or if you're trying to get used to sharpening your kitchen knives, it guides you through the motion. And if you already know how to freehand sharpen, but you want a more exact angle, if you think it could be a little bit sharper, then this will also help lock in the angle for you. Also, the basic kit right out of the box, it has a dual grit stone. So it has a 400 grit stone, which is for edge formation, and then it also has a 1000 grit stone for polishing. So right out of the box, it's good for your kitchen knives. Like you can take your knives from dull to super sharp. Another feature that is great is the fixed angle. So here you can see there's an incline, and that's what holds your knife at the perfect angle. So if I put my knife on here, raise this up to be horizontal, you can see it holds the knife at the right angle. Another thing I like about it is it can be used as a trainer tool. So you put your knife on here, you practice the stroke with a guide, and then over time you perfect that stroke until you can start using the system without the guide, or you could continue using it with the guide. One other feature that you can't really see directly, but you can see that it worked. You actually already saw it. It's the magnetic holder, and so there's a really strong magnet in here. Actually, it's so strong that the rating is it will hold 60 pounds if it's directly on a block of steel, and it's not that quite that much because there's a rubber pad over it and the knife blade's a little thinner, but it does hold your knife securely. If you haven't been to our website, check it. Go to sharpworx.com. It's SharpWorx with an X, and check out how our products are really effective. One design principle we always focus on with our sharpeners is that they meet the 3 criteria for proper sharpening. And these criteria came from John Jaranich from his book on the razor edge of sharpening. And our sharpeners use the proper stones, they use the proper angle, and they use the proper technique. So with those 3 things, you're almost guaranteed to